What's going on, everyone? Big D here. It's time to review The Last Man on Earth Season 1, Episode 3, titled Raisin Balls and Wedding Bells. This was just a 30-minute episode, and this is a spoiler review. If you've not seen the episode, go to fox.com/thelastmanonearth. Should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the episode, give you my pros and cons, and the final score at the end. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and let's get right on to it, guys. Holy crap, where did we leave off and what did I learn from this episode? First off, Phil is having a dream that he's getting married, obviously to, I already forgot the girl's name, Carol, getting married to Carol, and literally he walks out and there's a bunch of people there, and it's just so funny because he's like, he wakes up and he's like, oh thank God. You know, like everyone's still dead, thank God. I was just like, wow, okay, hey, that works too. So Carol wakes him up and she gives him raisin balls instead of meatballs and spaghetti as raisin balls, which sounds really gross, yet really, actually you wouldn't mind trying. I know it sounds weird, but maybe just one taste. Pretty sure it's still gross. Anyway, I like how she's like, when she points at the magazines that he has, he's like, you know all those girls were molested, right? Yeah, that was funny. Phil is to get the rings. That's his only one job. He only had one job. And so he has a bachelorette party, or bachelor party, I'm sorry. And he has like a flamethrower. I don't know where he got a flamethrower, but he just is wearing wigs, and he's just like, he burns Kevin, by the way, Kevin the tennis ball, and he's like, oh my God, I'm sorry, Kevin. I just love Will Forte. And he's like, he goes talks to the girl, like that mannequin girl, and he's like, I brought the whole wolf pack. And I was just, this guy is the best. I can literally watch 30 minutes of him talking to a mannequin and it'd still be funny. That could be the whole series. Probably get boring after a while, but for right now it's amazing. Anyway, they end up doing the wedding and he didn't get the rings. He forgot it, and she had like this stereotype of her being like like they were supposed to kiss after the, you know, you may not kiss a bride, and she's like, whoa Phil, let her breathe. And it's just like he wasn't even kissing her. It's just, gosh, Carol's the most annoying character ever, but yet the most insane, well-written character. So basically she leaves, and later he apologizes to her, no scrub, so he ends up getting the rings, and he gives her a sledgehammer, and she's like, oh, this is the present? And he's like, no, no. And she just breaks the glass and gets a bunch of rings, and they're married, and they have sex. And she starts eating beans. Okay. And she basically goes and beats up the mannequin, saying that Phil Miller is taken. And they're driving, of course, on the streets, and they're in a car accident. This other woman was driving a limo, and we meet this girl, and her name is Melissa, and that's how the episode ends. Overall, what did I think about The Last Man on Earth, Episode 3 of Season 1? First off, let me go to my pros and then go to my cons. First off, this is a funny episode. It's seriously funny. It's not. Episode 1 was way better, more funny, but this made me laugh. Episode 2 was kind of like getting used to Carol and everything, so it kind of was like, you know. It wasn't super funny, but this one was really worked in there. The wedding and the way when she was walking down the aisle, the wind blew her hair, and like it was funny. The flamethrower. Again, he was wasting toilet paper. I'm pretty sure that wasn't an actual real stack of toilet paper, because toilet paper, man, we need it. But the flamethrower scenes were great. The wedding, both wedding scenes were pretty freaking funny. Even the opening, the dream, that was funny also. There was feelings in here because it goes from funny to actually serious, where he walks in and you could see she wanted to take this seriously. She made a cake of spaghetti raisin balls, but she worked hard to get a party ready, even though they're the last people on Earth. She took this seriously, and it brings the feels, and Phil feels like a douche. So that's what the writers were going for, and I love the ending, how we see another girl. But the con is that I think it's moving too fast. It's too quick. I mean, it was too quick to introduce a girl, for one thing. They should have at least waited till this episode, episode 3, to introduce Carol. And then a second girl. Now there's a second woman on Earth. Next thing you know, in 2 weeks there's going to be a third woman on Earth. And in 5 weeks there's going to be a fourth woman on Earth. It's just going to go on and on and on and on. So it's like, stop, enough, no more adding people, wait till like episode 7, episode 8, and then do it. But I think they're moving too fast, at least with that part wise. They could have at least introduced her in episode 5 or 6, not episode 3. It's an okay episode. I mean, it's not great, it's not good. Episode 1 was way better. Episode 2 was an episode, you know, it's good, episode 2, but this one, it's good also. It's not that funny as, again, episode 1, but again, it made me laugh. The wedding scenes, the flamethrower scenes, the wolf pack scenes, and Wolf Forte himself, and Carol also makes me laugh, the way she does facial reactions, and eating beans right after they, you know, yeah, don't like saying that word, not in the house of the Lord. Other than that, I'm going to end up giving this episode a B+. It's a good episode, and I definitely enjoyed it, and it makes me want to see how Carol gets jealous with the new girl, Melissa, because she's obviously way more attractive, and Phil's, you know, has his eyes set on, you know, give me back those rings. I want to reproduce with you. Basically, that's how it's going to go. Overall, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope all of you enjoyed. See you next week for an episode titled Sweet Melissa. Melissa. Have I been saying Melissa? It's Melissa. Grammar. This is why you go to school, kids. Be Spocky with you always.